Hello and welcome to Tarot Sherpa. I'm Christine, and today I will be doing a reading from the Animal Guides Tarot by Radleigh Valentine. So, just going to continue to shuffle here for a little bit more. The guidebook that goes along with Animal Guides Tarot does have a couple of spreads, 1 card, a 3 card, and then the Celtic Cross spread. So we'll go ahead and use the Celtic Cross. I do want to kind of dig in a little bit deeper today and see what kind of wisdom that the divine has to pass out for us today. So looking for a little divine wisdom, a little spiritual growth, maybe a little encouragement. Maybe some people have been getting bad news lately. Maybe there's some uncertainty. There's a great deal of uncertainty I've noticed in my world, and perhaps it's not just my world, maybe it's yours too. So, all right, let's go with that, and we'll cut the cards. So each of these cards has a little animal guide on it. It does have a traditional tarot meaning. And if we get some interesting animal guides, we'll kind of explore the book on that. But for right now, let's just begin with our signature card, 8 of Water. So we begin with Kangaroo. Kangaroo says, it's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when you really aren't. Ooh, yeah. So if we think about 8 of Water and we think about what that looks like in a Rider-Waite deck with the guy walking up the hill with the eclipse in the background and he's leaving something behind. So yeah, maybe it is time to leave something behind. Yeah, maybe that's our situation. Maybe the thing that we're anxious about or concerned over, maybe it's not for us to be concerned over. Maybe it is time for us to let that go. Even though it looks good, it looks great. I mean, there's beautiful kangaroo here. It's a beautiful sunny day in Australia. It looks great, but maybe it's not the great that's meant for you. All right, so what's the opportunity in all this? Let's take a look at the opportunity. I want to shuffle a little more for opportunity. Yeah. What's our opportunity in all this? Oh, 7 of Water. The Maine Coon kitten. Look at all those kittens there. Kittens, kittens, kittens. There are 7 kittens in the picture. So we think 7 of Water. We've gone from 8. So let's go back. Our opportunity is to go back to the 7. And the opportunity is to see that there's a lot of opportunities. Okay, so maybe we picked something. We moved out on that. It didn't turn out to be quite the right thing. And now it's time to backtrack a little bit. We have a chance to do that. Sometimes you don't always get a second chance, but it looks like right here the opportunity is. All right, so what is above? 1, 2, 3 for the 3rd card. Ace of Air, the panda, climbing up to get this bamboo. Yeah. So what crowns this is the Ace of Air. So aces are new. Air is about ideas. It's about spirituality. It's about expansion in more cerebral, spiritual ways. So if we're looking at something that was probably very emotionally charged, if we're looking at the suit of water here with this 8 going back to the 7, it's like, all right, what is above? What is the advice? What is crowning this is the idea that you need your idea to be intellectualized. You need to kind of get out of the emotion and get more into a space of being thoughtful, perhaps even intuitive, more of the logic though. Water's more intuition, air's more logic. All right, it's time to get logical about this. You've got all of these little Maine Coon kittens. They're all adorable. They're all great little ideas, but it's time to use some logic about what you're going to pursue. So I already tried one of these kittens and it was great, but it wasn't really the great that you were looking for. And it's time to go back and pick a new kitten. All right, what's below? 6 of Water. And this is a goose. Yeah, the goose. So what's below? And yeah, we're going 8, 7, 6. We're regressing. So what's behind all of this? Wanting to move on, all of these choices, and there's a little bit of nostalgia. There is some old childhood dreams here, or maybe just living in the past. Maybe you're trying to live out somebody else's dreams, and it's time to like pick a new kitten, but you got to pick that kitten logically. So that's interesting. All right, what's in the past? I mean, the past is kind of in the root, but let's look at what passing. Yep, that's the card. Three of Earth, so something that was very stably grounded, some work that was very well rewarded. So in the past, you've been rewarded for your work. You have worked hard. You've got a great foundation. So that has been noticed. That is not going unnoticed. That is a certain amount of satisfaction. It's profitable. It's still very nascent. It's very it's in a place where it can grow. Because we're at a 3, and you have in the Pinnacle suit, you've got 7 more cards. You got to get all the way to the 10. Or to the King. Keep going. Keep going to the King. Keep going to the King. Don't stop at 10. 10's great. But if you can be the King, be the King. Mel Brooks always said it's good to be the King. All right, what's the future? And the future is 2 of Earth. 2 of Earth. Little Abyssinian cat. That cat is so dadgum cute. Wow, love that. So what's coming in? Time to back up a little bit more. It says you might be under stress because there's too many responsibilities. So there may be a need to simplify some things. Yep, past work has been well recognized. It may be time to do something that's not quite so complicated, or maybe is not putting you out of balance in your work-life balance. Or if we're talking about relationships, something that's helping you grow rather than something that's kind of dragging you down. Let's continue. Let's continue. Where are you at in this? What is yourself? How are people seeing you in this situation? How do you see yourself? The moon links. There's the moon. Yeah. So maybe you're having a little bit of trouble seeing yourself in this whole situation. Maybe that's part of the difficulty, is you're not really sure where you are. You're not really sure what your choices are. You're not really sure what's going on, or what you're looking at, or what you're seeing, what's really there. Because the moon can be a very confusing place to be. Moonlight's beautiful, but if you're trying to find something out in your backyard in the moonlight because your kids lost their dental retainers or something, and you got to find it before the dog does, it's hard to find. It's hard to find. What is in your near environment? This the card? That's the card. The Dreamer. Okay, so right here. So even though you're kind of feeling this moon energy, you're feeling this uncertainty, you're not sure, what's going on, you've got a dream. You got a dream. I have a dream. Here's the Dreamer, our little sheepdog puppy. Is very cute. So yes, you gotta get back to making a new choice, and you've got some really good, very grounded energy in the past and in the near future. But this moving on, you're moving on in a new direction, and it's a different choice that you can make from a bunch of choices that are in your pool. You've got a pool of choices. And sometimes we feel like we're doing a little bit of window shopping when we've got this big pool of 7 of water choices. But you have a dream. You have a dream, and it may be a good time to step out on some faith. You may not really, really know what's going on, and you might have a little doubt because you're like, man, that last thing was pretty good, but it wasn't quite it. You got to get back to finding out what that it is. What do you want it to be? And that takes a little soul searching. You got to dig deep and figure out what it is that you want. All right, what are our hopes and fears? I mean, as if the moon doesn't expose enough of that already. All right, hopes and fears. Oh, the Emperor. The Emperor, the little dormouse. And Radley Valentine does have an explanation of why he uses a dormouse for an emperor, because there's some interesting attributes of a dormouse that he talks about in the book. Hopes and fears, dormouse, Emperor, Dormouse Emperor, hopes and fears. Maybe you're concerned because, like, when you initially look at a little dormouse, how is this dormouse going to be an emperor? Oh my, how does this work out? Well, it does. In his Dormouse Empire, he is the emperor of the dormice, and that's not a problem if you're a dormouse. But being what you're about is always a cornerstone of leadership. I've been in the military. I've worked with the military for a lot of years. I've been married to the military. I understand what leadership looks like, at least in that context. And the military leaders, or any leader that you work with, even I've worked in small business, and the people who are the best leaders are the ones that are true to themselves and to their vision, and they're not trying to out there fake it. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh man, I have imposter syndrome. No. Who are you and what are you about? If you know the answer to that, you are in the leadership circle, because that is the core of being able to lead anybody else, is to understand what your vision is. And so as a hope and a fear, yeah, it can be both a hope and a fear, this Emperor card. I hope I can do this. I'm afraid I can't. Oh my gosh. But the thing about hopes and fears is they aren't real. This is not real. This hasn't materialized. It is not anywhere in reality at this moment. What do you want to be real? Do you want to be that emperor that you need to be, maybe, in this new situation, in this new dream that you've got? Know what your vision is. Know where you want it to go. Think about it. Think about it in such a way that it becomes real to you. Incorporate that into you in a meditative kind of way. Think about yourself as you want to be. Don't think about yourself as you don't want to be. Don't think, well, gosh, I wish I could do this, but I'm such a loser. Oh my God. Don't do that. You're not. Think about yourself as the person you want to be. You're like, wow, I want to do this because I feel like I'm a successful person. And step into that. Look in the mirror and say, hi, I'm a successful person. And you will begin to feel that. And it's, oh my gosh, that just sounds like that positivity, blah, blah, blah. Well, it is, and it's true, and it works. It's popular in all of these wonderful self-help books that are out there because it works. What do you want to be? All right, what do you want to be? Let's go with our outcome. What do we want out of all of this? All of this. We're going back to the beginning. We're getting some change going on. We've got dreams. Yeah, what do we want out of all this? Oh, beautiful. The High Priestess. The High Priestess says that you know what you want out of this. That is a fabulous place to be. Yes. High Priestess, here she is, all large and in charge. Yeah. Yeah, and Daniel Craig actually will sell these if you write him, apparently. It says so in the book. Oh, I'm thinking about getting a copy of this, personally. High Priestess is our outcome, which means that you know what this dream is. Even though you're kind of feeling a little apprehensive about it, you know what it is. You can see it. You can see it. You've looked at it. You've been looking at it long. You've been window shopping this dream for a while. You've been window shopping this. It goes back a long way with you. And the advice is to take the logical approach. There is a logical approach to this. It can be done. It can be done. The idea is there. I mean, this is boom. This is the spark. But you got to grab the sword. How are you going to grab the sword? Are you going to grab it by the blade? Or are you going to grab it by the hilt? There's a little bit of wisdom in that. Grab it by the hilt, just in case you were wondering. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, we've got lots of things that are coming your way. Lots of opportunities that you're about to step into. You're coming its way. It's there. It's out there. You're going towards it. And you know how to get there. You know what to do. You know what to do. Yeah. You'll be the emperor you need to be when you need to be there. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Look at this. We've got all these major arcana, lined up in the staff here. In the hermit staff. Yeah. Moon, dreamer, emperor, priestess. Yeah, there's a definite flow There's a definite flow going with that. Yeah, so we've got some ace 3-2. We're getting logically getting back to some roots, getting back to the beginning, getting back to that root of the idea, and you know how to go forward. You know how to do this. This is great. All right. Well, best of luck to you. I'm happy for you. It's going to work out. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.